Everybody, welcome to
Hello.
Britpops React. We're here reacting or watching things Americans do that other countries just don't get. So us being Brits, we might not get that. Or maybe we do and we're envious. Who knows?
If we do, we'll let you know. If we don't, we'll be honest about it. Obviously, baseball, know of it. No idea.
Yeah, we don't play baseball over here. We do, what do you call it? Softball and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not baseball. So
Rounders.
So yeah, let's get into it. This is a video from Grunge. That we're going to react to. Let's get into it.
But Americans do things that totally confuse people from other countries. From Americans' obsession with guns to the love of the Stars and Stripes, here are some of the weirdest behaviors you'll find in the 50 states.
All right.
It's hard to escape the American flag. We fly it in front of public buildings and from our private houses. We put it on t-shirts and bikinis. In school, each day starts with pledging allegiance to the flag. We sing our anthem about it before every sports game. It's everywhere. That's not the case in other countries. According to the National Review, if you go waving a flag around in Europe, people are likely to think you fall on the extreme right wing of the political spectrum.
Absolutely
In England, the people who display the St. George's Cross tend to be football hooligans at best and racists at worst. Meanwhile, Der Spiegel notes that the Germans have a nearly pathological fear of displaying their flag following World War II. The LA Times reports that some countries like India discourage reproduction of their flag for non-official reasons. It's almost like putting it on everything in the world makes it less sacred. Americans love fall on the extreme right, like putting it on.
We'll talk about that flag.
Yeah.
Because as a Brit, I think we 100% should. You know, there's nothing more passionate. What is it? When we do an event in Britain that's like really passionate, it was a coronation, it was royal related.
Yep.
In London, they go out their way to put Brit's flag all the way down the mall.
Yep.
It's everywhere. It's flown everywhere.
Yep.
And then, let's just take it all down, and we never see it again. You know, I could drive around here. I could drive through 3 or 4 towns, cities, and I would never see the British flag being flown. And that's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Do you agree?
You know.
I think
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's sad.
It is. As I say, any royal event, the bunting comes out, the flags go up, and you know it's up for a day or two. Then it all comes down again, and you may see it, like you say, outside of something like the Royal British Legion, places like that.
I love it when we do
clubs, things.
Yeah,
you know, but
honestly,
not on normal residential houses. Some people have got a flagpole up in the garden, might chuck one up, but generally you don't see them at all.
No, and normally they're really crap flagpoles. They're like in the corner of the back garden. That's right up top, and it just looks hideous.
No. If you're going to put one up,
do it properly.
Let's go big.
I mean, I love when we do the American house tours. You know, and you look out and you see the flag. It looks posh. It looks patriotic. It looks like you're part of something. You feel part of something, and you know, I think it's great. That's the one thing that I really like about America and what they do with the flag. And I wish we did it over here, but there you go. I mean, I could start something, but like they say, it's almost like you're far right. You know, and it's like no. I live in my country. I've got a passion about my country. Yeah, I don't give a about anything else. It's just that's the passion. Lost it.
Okay.
Ooh, gets me goat on. Right, let's go to the next one.
Everything in the world makes it less sacred. Americans love guns so much, it's almost a religion, and our devotion to these deadly weapons is baffling to people in many other countries. According to CNN, 19 countries, including Ireland, Norway, and New Zealand, don't even normally arm their police. Additionally, Americans own 48% of all the civilian guns in the entire world. That's 4% of the population owning almost half the guns. We also own more guns per person than any other country, with Yemen coming a distant second. Business Insider reports that our gun culture is shocking to people in places like Australia, who enacted tight restrictions on gun ownership after a terrible mass shooting in 1996. Love them or hate them, there are some Americans' hands you'll never pry guns from. If you're a straight American...
Guns.
Yeah, Strange one, isn't it? I mean, you can own them over here. You got to get a police check, background check. You can own anything over here up to 50 cal. Obviously not semi.
But for a reason, right? Yeah,
you've got to be part of a club.
Yeah, you've got to be part of a club. You can't just have it hanging about, can you? It's got to be locked away while you're at home.
Correct. It's got to be locked up. Gamekeepers can own if you sort of pest control, gamekeepers, farmers, and if you're part of a gun club, you can own one, and it can be any type you want. Pistol restrictions are slightly different over here. They've got to be sort of over a certain length. If not, you've got to attach something to it. But other than that, you can own them. Just very strict rules on who can and who cannot.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's a cultural thing, isn't it, as well? You know, walking around the street, I know for a fact that nobody's got a gun on them, whereas in America, walking around the street, they've got a gun on them.
Yeah. You know,
but it still doesn't mean they're going to do anything. Obviously,
no.
It's just
in case.
Yeah.
Something kicks off, but yeah, you can open carry states as well, where you can sort of have it visible. Other ones are sort of non-open carry states, so different laws in different states in the US. But
interesting.
Yeah, it is quite strange, you know.
Imagine that.
Sat there in
walking around with an AK-47 over you, just walking around with it. Surely that gives off a certain vibe.
M16, something like that, AR-15, whatever. But you can, if it's open carry, you can open carry it, as long as you're not obviously.
Fair play.
Anything wrong with it, but yeah,
all right.
It's a strange one over here. We kind of, they're around. Don't think we haven't got them.
American male, you probably don't spend a lot of time affectionately touching your straight American male friends. Sure, there are exceptions, like when you pat them on the butt while playing sports.
Good victory, guys. Good victory. Hey, come on, good game. Clap that, man.
But in general, heterosexual male contact in America is avoided. It wasn't always like that, though. Men used to share beds and physical contact with their friends regularly, but things changed. When President George W. Bush was pictured holding hands with Saudi Crown Prince Abdullah in 2005, it became a minor scandal to the average Joe. The New York Times responded to the incident, explaining that men holding hands in friendship was often normal outside of the U.S. The Denver Post points out that in areas of Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and South America, men greeting each other with a kiss or four on the cheek is expected and polite. In short, it doesn't seem like male friendships in the United States are that strong to people in other countries.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep. Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Yep. I disagree with this one. You might not. Mm-hmm. So in Europe, I think it's there, but I still see that in Britain. There's not many times I would greet a male with a kiss or anything like that. Is not going to happen. It's a firm handshake, not quite the Donald Trump "come here" handshake, but it's a firm handshake. Or if it's a mate or whatever, you might just have like a little bro. Yeah, nice one, mate.
Come in,
No affection or anything like that. It's more of a. How you doing, buddy? All right. It's it's not that embrace type thing that you may see.
No.
But in Europe, you're right. You do see a bit more of that.
Bit more hugging. Depends which country it is. I think France is one cheek. Italy and Spain is like one cheek. You got to know which cheeks. How many cheeks you got to do?
Yeah.
On the right cheeks.
Again. Yeah.
We're not very good on the old high five, low five, and all that, are we? Tend to mess it up because you go in for a shake, they go in for a high five, then it becomes awkward, then nothing.
I think what's happened more now is more the fist pump, isn't it?
Yeah,
we do more fist pumps now, especially after
the COVID. And I guess the old kissy kissies has probably reduced a lot after the COVID as well. But we need the manual on the high five, low five. Do you start high? Because one comes high, one comes up, then it's lost.
Miss the high fives are all over the place. And it's just a mess, and you just wish you never started it. Anyway,
okay,
next one.
Yup.
Ever since the Puritans landed here with their idea that God liked you more if you worked really hard, Americans have thrown themselves into their jobs. Unlike in most other Western countries where people work so they can have enough money to enjoy their lives, many Americans work for the sake of working. and foreigners are appalled by it. According to CNBC, the U.S. is the only advanced economy where workers aren't guaranteed any paid vacation days. A quarter of private sector workers get no paid time off. Compare that to somewhere like Sweden, where they get 5 paid weeks off a year. Even when Americans do get those precious vacation days, they don't take them. Best Life found that 52% of U.S. workers don't use all the time off they earn, letting 705 million days of relaxation a year go to waste. It's why burnout is a bigger problem in America than in other places. Business Insider also noted that Americans barely take breaks during the day, and only 20% of them even bother to eat lunch away from their desks. No wonder Americans are 36th in the world when it comes to job satisfaction.
Excuse me, Paul. Your wife is on the phone. It's an emergency.
I'll get it later. We have important work to do.
All right, working, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard that. You know, we do work as part of a sort of global company, and yeah, American time off, things like that, does seem to be quite lacking, you'd think, for the sort of, you know, the size of the country and how forward thinking it is and everything. But taking time off seems to be taboo. Do you think you're going to fall behind people? I guess that probably falls behind countries like Japan, where if the working hours are 9 to 5, they come in at 7 and finish at 10, just to make sure that the last one's in the office. So over here, I think we get the work-life balance quite good, don't we?
I think we do. Yeah, we do get the paid weeks off a year.
We are encouraged to them when we're out of the office, not, you know,
to try not to, you know, carry on working and stuff like that. So I think we have got it quite well balanced. I think you're right, but yeah, in America, obviously the wages are a lot higher, with inflation and gaps like that similar. So I think, you know, there is a gap there. I think you would get paid more, in the States, and you would be better off as well because of the gap. I still think is the same, very similar to the UK's gap around inflation and stuff like that. But you know, you don't get that time off, and you don't get as much, you know, your employers out there. I think as an employee in the UK, we are probably, you know, we've got more, I don't know, clout, I guess, or we've got more. Yeah.
I mean, what are we on? We're on about 4 weeks, aren't we? 4 weeks holiday a year, paid holiday with.
Yeah, 4 to 5 weeks paid holiday, depending on how long you've been at companies and so on.
Yeah, sometimes companies give you extra day off, the amount of time you've been there. Bank holidays, they're also paid holidays, paid annual leave. Yeah, places, you know, European countries do seem to sort of do that well. You know, Germany again, they're very good and get plenty of time off, and they do tend to take it. So
yes,
you take a break,
chill out, man.
Yeah,
take it. You deserve it. You deserve it.
Yeah, don't give it back. What's that all about?
Yeah. All right. I've got one more.
Okay.
Let's see what this is about.
If you grew up in America, you probably railed against the injustice of the drinking age at some point in your teens. College is pretty inconvenient when you have to befriend someone older than you to buy your booze for 3 years. And when it comes to legal drinking ages, America is absurdly strict compared to most of the rest of the world. 21 is pretty much the oldest you have to be to drink anywhere. More than 65% of countries let people drink at or before 18. In Antigua and Barbuda, a 10-year-old can legally have a beer next to you at a bar. 17 countries have no age limit at all. You'd think our harsh restriction would mean we're extra responsible with our drinking in the U.S. But in fact, the opposite is true. America has the worst rate of binge drinking in the world, and 90% of all alcohol consumed by the underage is done so in a binge drinking session. It seems that when you haven't been brought up to sip a glass of wine at dinner, alcohol becomes something you need to drink in huge amounts quickly. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Yeah, plus, even more grunge videos about your favorite things.
Yeah, young people turn 21.
I mean, we've got Brits have got a bad sort of drink culture attached to them. Are they, you know, Brits on tour, going on holiday to Spain and, you know, and then, or associated with football, loudest behaviour. I mean, the thing is, like I say, you can't drink until you're 21. They end up, I think they can drive at 16. You can own a gun at I don't know what age, but for some reason the drinking, and again they have prohibition over there, obviously with the you know, no alcohol at all. So they're quite hung up on the alcohol. compared to quite a lot of other things that are going on that seem to be okay.
Yeah, strange. I mean, it all comes down to education. Drink responsibly. Drink nice cocktails. Just have one or two. Enjoy the drink that you're drinking, as opposed to this, binge culture of just got to get drunk. I've just got to have I've got to have drunk to be good time, or whatever it may be. It's just a matter of education around a nice drink.
Yeah. Enjoy
that drink. And there's so many amazing drinks out there, great cocktails, and stuff like that. Just enjoy those drinks.
It's when we go on holiday here in Europe, and you see sort of the Europeans, they'll have a glass of wine with their meal, and the meal will take 3 hours, and they'll have a couple of bottles, but it seems to just be spread over a long time. Flip to a British pub, and you go in there, and there's matey surrounded by 8 or 9 empty pint glasses in an afternoon, and you're going, really? Do you really need that much? I don't get it. But,
no.
Interesting. Okay, there were some good ones there.
It was, I enjoyed that. And we had our comments on it as well, which I like, and discussion is great. And I'm no doubt you've been sat there listening to us thinking, oh, right, okay, that's what the Brits think. This is how we live on a daily basis. Let us know in the comments. What do you think? Is that the same in your state? Maybe it's slightly different. Do you agree with some of it? Would you want it a bit stricter or less strict in some circumstances? Let us know. We're always interested to know your comments.
Very good. Thank you. Nice one. That good topic.
Yeah, good topic. Head over to Patreon. The link is in the description. You can sign up for free.
Yes,
and we've got different tiers on there. If you want to join our lovely community, you've got a wonderful community on there. I enjoy watching our Patreon, trying to get on there and engaging with our community when we can. So.
And we appreciate y'all. So thanks for popping in. All right, mate. We'll be back again when?
Tomorrow. Until then.
No way. Really?
Bye from me. I'm afraid so.
We just don't stop in this country.
We don't. We're workaholics. It's not even our job.